Well, last week, for the second week in a row, did not do me any good.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I have more red than I had green. Let's see what week 6 can do for us. And since I'm recording this one day late, Thursday Night Football already occurred. I picked the Eagles to win. Jackson Dart had one heck of a game with Cam Scadavoo. Giants ended up winning. So, put that as another L in the column. For the second London game for the season, we have ourselves the Denver Broncos up against the New York Jets. I think Denver's going to win this one after having so much momentum beating the Eagles last week. I don't really see much going on with the Jets. Justin Fields still looks pretty decent, but the rest of that team, they don't look good. So give me Broncos to win this one. Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers. An AFC North matchup. They're always physical. They're always brutal. But I don't know. Dylan Gabriel didn't have the best game in his debut against the Vikings, but it wasn't the worst game either. The defense still looked pretty decent, although you are playing against the Vikings offense. But the Steelers, they look good. They're 3-1 right now. This is a 50-50 for me. You know, any given Sunday, give me the Browns to win this one. Los Angeles Chargers and Miami Dolphins. Whew. The Chargers do not look good at all. Last week they lost to the Washington Commanders in a very embarrassing way. There was a callback punt return from Ladd McConkey. Herbert just didn't look good. And also, Commanders, they looked great coming back with Jaden Daniels. And then for the Dolphins, give me the Chargers for the win. But this could be another 50-50 game. You never know. New England Patriots and New Orleans Saints. Drake May looked amazing against the Bills last week on Sunday Night Football, especially in enemy territory. Stephon Diggs looked really good too. No touchdowns for him, but he did have, I think, about 10 receptions for over 100 yards. For New Orleans Saints, Spencer Rattler, he's starting to look pretty good. I don't think he's still like the superstar or the answer that New Orleans is looking for, but he still looks like he has some potential. But between these two teams, I'm going to go with the Patriots to win this one. LA Rams and Baltimore Ravens. Yikes. Baltimore, you are kind of in a tailspin right now. Only one win to show for it this season. Lamar Jackson's hurt. I think Cooper Rush is going to play another week. Derrick Henry, he only had one touchdown, but that's about it. And you guys looked like poop against a Texans defense. LA Rams, you did lose to the San Francisco 49ers last week on Thursday Night Football by 3 points, went into overtime. Matt Stafford looked pretty good. There were some hits and misses. Kyren Williams, hold the ball next time. Bud, please. We'll go with the Rams on this one. Arizona Cardinals and Indianapolis Colts. Gotta go with the horseshoe. Jonathan Taylor looked great last week against the Raiders. Daniel Jones looked great too. He didn't have to do a lot and still acquired 200 plus yards in passing. Cardinals, you don't really have much going on right now. You guys are 2-3, but you guys lost last week in a very reminiscent way how the Colts lost to the Broncos last season with Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Gannon, stop hitting your players. Go with the Colts on this one. Seattle Seahawks and Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, this is going to be a really interesting game. This could be another 50-50. Last week, the Seahawks ended up losing by 3 points to the Buccaneers, in which was a nail-biter game. It was one of the most entertaining games of the season so far. Jacksonville, the miracle happened. The pick six with, 97 yards return on Patrick Mahomes.
And that is sort of what we see out of Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, you guys are a divisional rival, but I felt good for you guys. Between these two teams, I am going to pick Seattle to win this one. Dallas Cowboys and Carolina Panthers. I'm going straight up with Cowboys on this one. I thought Dak Prescott looked pretty good, along with George Pickens and Javonte Williams. For the Panthers, you guys had a comeback win against the Miami Dolphins. And that was a really fun game to watch. I'm still going to go with Cowboys. Yuck. If this was a game to skip, I'd skip it. I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. San Francisco 49ers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. San Francisco's only lost one game this season, and I'm quite shocked about that too. They're finding ways to win, and that's really impressive for me, even with Mac Jones being under center and Brock Purdy being hurt, and also, 17,000 other players on that team, just either on IR or out for at least 6 to 8 weeks. It's surprising to me. For the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, you're a dog. Keep it going. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers to win this one. Ooh. Cincinnati Bengals and Green Bay Packers. Good news for the Bengals. Jake Browning, he's no longer the QB1. I don't know if this is bad or good news either, but now you got Joe Flacco. He was pretty decent for a few games for us for the Colts last season. For the Packers, you had a bye week last week, and you were watching your divisional rivals all win, except for the Bears because they were also on bye week. I don't know if you guys got your hands full with Joe Flacco, but he did beat you one time this season already with the Browns. So, do I dare pick Cincinnati? How the heck with it. Let's pick Cincinnati. Sunday Night Football, we have ourselves the Detroit Lions against the Kansas City Chiefs. I want the Lions to win on this one. I really do. But because of Brandon Perna on That's Good Sports, His curse wheel picked the Lions for this week.
He says it wants the Lions. That seems stupid.
And that wheel's been pretty accurate almost all season long. So because of you, Brandon, I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this one. God, I hope you're wrong. For Monday Night Football, we have ourselves a doubleheader. We have ourselves the Buffalo Bills up against the Atlanta Falcons, and then we have the Chicago Bears up against the Washington Commanders. Both of these games, I am going to pick the Bills to win over the Falcons, and I'm going to pick the Commanders to win over the Bears. Simply put, the Bills are going to have a chip on their shoulder after the last week's embarrassing loss to the Patriots. For the Commanders, I know that they're licking their chops for another win against the Bears from last season where they had that tipped Hail Mary. That was one of the coolest plays ever. I'm going to pick the Commanders regardless on that one. Jaden Daniels looks really good. That whole team looks amazing. So, Bills, Commanders. And that's the list for this week. Hopefully, I have a better record this week than I have in the last 2 weeks. So thank you again for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, please like and follow. Hope to see you guys next week. Peace.